watching the Seafood News Weekly video brought to you by the spring issue of Urner Barry's Reporter magazine. Volume 16, number 2 is our second issue of 2021 and features a special section on the state of the seafood industry, an annual review compiled by Urner Barry's seafood market reporters. The annual review includes 17 pages packed with insight, charts, and other data from the UB team. Secure your free copy today by visiting urnerbarry.com/reporter. I'm Seafood News Managing Editor Amanda Buckle.
And I'm seafood market reporter Lauren Castiglione. In our top story of the week, Fisheries and Oceans Canada announced the total allowable catch for snow crab in the southern Gulf of St. Lawrence. According to the government agency, the 2021 total allowable catch for areas 12, 12E, 12F, and 19 is 24,261.44 tons, which is a pretty steep drop from last year's quota. The DFO explained that several indicators are pointing towards the overestimation of the 2019 and 2020 survey indices. And given that the bias could range from 10 to over 30%, DFO will apply a 15% correction or reduction to the commercial biomass as a precautionary measure. You can find the total distribution of the total allowable catch in each management zones on seafoodnews.com.
In other news, for the second year in a row, Diversified Communications has been forced to pull the plug on Seafood Expo North America. While the expo is normally held in Boston in March, the showrunners decided to push the 2021 show to July in hopes of being able to host an in-person event. However, they announced on Tuesday that they're canceling the July 2021 show due to the ongoing public health concerns caused by the pandemic. Diversified Communications Group Vice President Liz Plizga noted that current COVID restrictions limiting the capacity of indoor venues and the state of reopening plan for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts has, as related to convention facilities, made it evident that they could not move forward with planning an event like theirs. In the past, the Boston Seafood Show has attracted more than 22,000 seafood industry professionals from around the country, and as of March 22nd, the state of Massachusetts has a capacity limit of no more than 100 persons at an indoor event held at an event venue. So we're a little bit off there.
Just a little bit. So close. Meanwhile, Chilean salmon farming centers in the Los Lagos region are dealing with harmful algae blooms. Seaspiracy reports that 12 centers in the region have activated their contingency plans due to massive mortality. Among those affected by the harmful algae blooms is Camanchaca, Cook, Maui, Aqua Chile, Multi-Export, and Cermak. Camanchaca issued an update earlier this week revealing that their farming sites have had mortality of 1.3 million fish, which is equivalent to 2,250 tons of biomass or 11% of the company's total fish. Seaspiracy is said to be monitoring the execution of the activities committed in the action plans until the final disposition of the mortalities. The agency is also carrying out surveillance at each center. Urner Barry market reporter Janice Schreiber says that it's still unclear how the algae bloom situation will unfold in the next several weeks and months. Some market participants report that there is a possibility that more small fish will be available to the spot market over the next several weeks, and a few have reported lower offerings throughout this week thus far.
And finally, the Marine Stewardship Council wants to make something clear following the release of the new Netflix documentary, Seaspiracy. Sustainable fishing does exist, and it helps protect our oceans. So Seaspiracy was released by the streaming giant late last month and has made a pretty big splash. The film examines the global fishing industry, challenging notions of sustainable fishing and showing how human actions cause widespread environmental destruction. Some viewers have since vowed to stop eating fish, and industry groups like the Marine Stewardship Council are fighting back. So MSC wrote a statement to set the record straight on some of their misleading claims, including the film's attempt to discredit MSC by saying that their certification is too easy and not credible. So MSC says that they couldn't be further from the truth and that some fisheries spend many years improving their practices in order to reach their standard. You can read more on the response by visiting seafoodnews.com.
Thanks, Amanda. Now subscribe to our channel below and be sure to head over to seafoodnews.com or visit the Seafood tab in Comtel for a comprehensive look at the latest market and industry news.
And don't forget to listen to a new episode of the Seafood News Podcast, released on Spotify, SoundCloud, and iTunes every week. Thanks for watching, and you
be well.